moved us to move the facility later on. I mean, not us, but of course not me, but of course the previous company, to move in the countryside for expanding. And from that point, this company has been one reference in the field for innovative technologies. The last technologies we moved to offshore, to deep water, to automatic robotic rigs. Today, the company is the first, ranking the first place as a manufacturer of drill rig for onshore, and probably the second, the third in the offshore. This you can realize that we are one of the few that we are distributing worldwide, from North to South America, from Europe to Asia Pacific, and to Africa and Middle East. In total, we distributed 600 rigs in our history, most of them in the last 25 years. Today, the establishment of the manufacturing plants are based in 3 main facilities, the one in Houston, the one in Italy, and one in Belarus. One for serving and support the North America and South American market, the Central Europe for supporting Middle East and Europe, and the Belarus for Russian and all the countries related to Russia. That's the example of how our capability is moving in supplying customized, engineered, specific design for specific scope. This is basically Arctic technology. So we move from -55 to +55. There are not many companies doing this worldwide. This is an example of the Caspian Sea, the Kashagan, where basically all around it looks, it seems to be land, but it's ice. So we can reach the location only due. We were talking about facilities. This is the Piacenza facilities with mainly in the picture the testing area. We need a lot of space because one single rig up is almost one, I would say, football. Consider the size of 100 meters per 60. So if you have 3 or 4 of them, you need 5 or 4 stadium. This has to be understood. Football stadium. And this is an example of Piacenza plant where we do the bench test. We test our rigs before delivering. Nevertheless, the technology. We are developing in the last period of time a lot of digital simulators, satellite remote controls. You can see in this picture basically where in the left side, there is the last generation of the simulator. We can test the stress of the driller during the operations and train him in order to face the most critical moments of the drilling. Training them, testing them. After the training period of time, they are ready to go to drill and to face these moments with more capabilities and reaction. At the same time, we developed the remote control to the satellite. Actually, the technology we developed in the 1990s, so many years ago. And today is reliable, stable, and one of the few available in the market where we can support the KPI, the performances, and give our service to our customer, understanding the problems in advance without moving to the site. And that is translated in efficiency, time-wise, and cost, reduction of cost. The plant in Piacenza is very modern. It's the biggest in Europe for the kind of system of manufacturing plant. It's based on lean production. And we developed this plant in starting from 2010. Where basically we have the full capability for the full system integration. You can see the internal line of production of all the different equipment. Basically, we do the single parts and we put together. We test it together, and then we disassemble again, and we commission, we deliver, we commission to the final customer. So from this plant, we have the latest technologies applied to the rig, like we call cyber seat. Basically, is like to be in an airplane. Yeah, all the joysticks, all the digitals, touch screens. So it's really the last advanced technologies available in the market. That is the logistic dedicated to the spare parts. And this is the testing area that I told you before. So we can test at the end the 5 rigs at the same time between smaller and bigger rigs. We can appreciate from the top that the location is pretty good. It's 250,000 square meters. And that is the last technology we developed and also we delivered to India, where we are proud with the ONGC project. Okay, then we move very fast to the Houston location. And that's basically, we had to establish this location for North and South American market. You have to be local, you have to be there, you have to be closer to the customer. So the footprint is not such big as the European one, but it's complete from the service point of view and manufacturing point of view. So we can do the entire system, the entire integration as well, with more dedicated design for American market. Here, the same system. We multiply the lean production,
which continues to raise bar for the other states and other governments across the country, which also continues to ensure that Telangana remain on top on the ease of doing business rankings, rankings given by Government of India and World Bank together. I'm very proud and pleased to welcome Drillmec because they are going to invest, as was pointed out, about $200 million into setting up this unit. It will be a manufacturing unit, as Simone has explained. It will also have a research and development center. And they're also looking to establish a high technology, new age, tech center, which will work on hydrogen and other emerging technologies. I welcome them, and I am also told that this center will possibly give gainful employment to nearly 2,500 youngsters, and I hope, and I'm confident that with Uma Maheshwar Reddy Garu and Simone and the entire team, leading from the front, majority of these, 80 to 90% of these employees, will be from the local area, from Telangana. Our local youngsters would get gainful employment. Now, as was also pointed out, they already have $1 billion order pending, so they want to start ASAP. I assure them from the government side that we will hand over land and we will also ensure that you receive some fiscal incentives to make manufacturing in Telangana, to make manufacturing in India very, very attractive. In fact, one of the things I'm very proud of, Hyderabad and Telangana initially, in fact, we did not have many large, pure play manufacturing companies. But in the last 7.5 years, we've been able to attract many manufacturing companies. And I request, Simone, to possibly also look at bringing in your entire ecosystem of suppliers, of vendors, so that you can actually have them all around you, so that it becomes that much more easier for you to, achieve scale and achieve also efficiency. Now, the one thing I would like to point out to my friends from media is that while Telangana has been growing, and while Telangana has made a name for itself as one of the most proactive, industry-friendly states in the country, unfortunately, we have not received the support that a state like Telangana ought to get from Government of India. We've been promised special incentives for industrialization, to encourage industrialization, to encourage more employment creation as part of the Andhra Pradesh Reorganization Act 7.5 years ago. Now, tomorrow, Government of India is set to present its next budget. I think this would be the 8th budget after the formation of Telangana. And we continue to wait, in spite of our numerous pleas, in spite of our numerous requests, we continue to wait on the delivery of the promise made to the people of Telangana and also Andhra Pradesh. Both states were made a promise that we would be getting special industrial incentives. None of that has materialized. In spite of that, of course, Telangana continues to grow. The other thing I also wanted to point out, we have been appealing to Government of India that, it can't just be good sloganeering, just making a slogan, coming out with a slogan like Make in India won't just make it happen. You'll also have to back it with some reforms, with some solid policies, and with infrastructure creation. As part of the vision of our Honorable Chief Minister, we are launching, in fact, we've launched India's largest textile park in Warangal, called as the Kakatiya Mega Textile Park. And we are also set to launch Hyderabad Pharma City, which will be the world's largest pharma cluster. With these two large manufacturing destinations and manufacturing activities, which will create a lot of employment, we have sought support from Government of India. Unfortunately, we have not received much response, much encouragement. Likewise, we've also sought creation of new industrial corridors. 6 new industrial corridors have been requested by our Honorable Chief Minister, the Government of India, on several occasions in the last 7.5, 8 years. Unfortunately, even that has not materialized. I hope and I pray that when the government presents its budget tomorrow, because Honorable Prime Minister, keeps espousing the Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas mantra. He says, Team India, we have to carry every state along. But a progressive state like Telangana, which is the 4th largest contributor to Indian economy, if you continue to ignore us, if you continue to, overlook us just because of our ideological and political differences, it would be a great travesty. It would be a great tragedy, in terms of promoting industrialization in the country, in terms of creating more employment, in terms of your whole Make in India campaign, in terms of your whole self-reliant Atmanirbhar Bharat. So my humble appeal to the Honorable Prime Minister, to Honorable Finance Minister, is to please keep your promises, to keep the promises that you've made to the people of this country, to the people of Telangana, to the people of Andhra Pradesh, and to ensure that our children get more and more jobs by way of these activities that can be promoted and propagated more effectively by progressive states like Telangana. So once again, I thank Drillmec, and I will also assure you, after having said that, I will also assure you, whether or not we receive support from Government of India, we will continue to grow, we will continue to do well, and we will continue to push the envelope. At the same time, we will also continue to raise our voice for justice. We will continue to raise our voice to demand what is rightfully ours. So once again, I thank you very much, Simone and the entire team of Drillmec, and to the entire team of Mega Engineering who's here. Thank you for bringing this investment to Telangana. Thank you for choosing us. I look forward to you growing and partnering with you as part of this journey. Thank you. Good day.
Thank you so much, sir. The last line which you said, we will continue to grow, speaks a lot about your commitment towards industrial progress. Last but not the least, may I request Sri Umberto Lavesi, Head of Projects, Drillmec, to please come on stage and deliver his vote of thanks.
Good morning. Drillmec thanks all our honorable guests who assembled here on this grand occasion of its global arm, Drillmec SPA, signing an MoU with the government of Telangana. Outstanding results can be achieved through the union between Indian and Italian cultures. The goal of Drillmec is bringing and developing, also in India, the highest technologies in the field of oil and gas drilling and energy, always targeting the maximum safety, efficiency, and productivity. May I take this opportunity to thank the Honorable Chief Minister of Telangana, Shri K. Chandrasekhar Rao Garu, for his vision and providing us an opportunity to establish a manufacturing unit in Hyderabad. I thank the Honorable Shri K.T. Ramarao for creating an investor-friendly environment in the state and encouraging industries to set up units. I thank him for sparing his valuable time in gracing the occasion personally and extending his support. I thank Shri Jayesh Ranjan, IAS Principal Secretary, Industries and IT, for facilitating this massive activity, which soon will take shape and become a thing of pride for the state of Telangana. May I take this opportunity to extend my gratitude to Shri E.V. Narasimha Reddy Garu, Managing Director, Telangana State Industrial Infrastructure Corporation, for leading the initiative from the forefront. I thank Shri Simone Trevisani, CEO of Drillmec SPA, and Shri Umameshwar Reddy Garu, CEO for the upcoming manufacturing hub, Drillmec International, for taking time to deliver their presentations and providing necessary insights. Last but not least, I thank all the learned friends from the media for their interest in their enthusiastic participation in the MoU signing event. Questions will be taken from the media after the honorable guests leave. Thank you.
Gracias. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for being a part of this event. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.